In order to protect our families, we must strengthen Africa economically and politically. Because this arrogance is really because of the weaknesses which the Africans preserve. When we passed the anti-homosexual law, my friend Mr. Biden removed Uganda from the AGOA list, the list of countries which can export to the US tax-free. He removed us. Then I don't know who, those donors talked to the World Bank to stop giving us loans. They stopped. And they came here, they tried to put pressures, but we told them off. But our economy, in those years, these 2 years when they had done this, grew by more than 6%. Therefore, really, Africa has got a lot of capacity, and we are now going to grow by 7% before our oil comes out. And when our oil comes out, we shall be growing by double digits, more than 10%. So this business of the pressure is because of the mistakes of ourselves. Now I'm happy to have you people here to tell you that to defend the family, you must also defend the whole of Africa, starting with each individual country, and act correctly in economy and in politics. Now, in the more than 60 years, when I have been involved actively in the African struggles, we here in Uganda have identified 3 historical missions. Now that I'm here, I would want to mention them to you. 3 historical missions that we must achieve if we are to succeed, and 4 ideological principles. Once you understand the historical missions, what principles do you need to rely on to achieve them? The first historical mission we identified in the 1960s when we were a student movement was the issue of prosperity. Where does prosperity come from? Can sustainable prosperity come from begging, those donors you are talking about? Can they ensure for you sustainable prosperity? Our answer was no. Because if aid was to create prosperity, Latin America would be very rich. Because Latin America has been getting aid for a long time. But you see how desperate those countries are in Latin America. Even Africa, since the independence of Sudan, 1955, the independence of Ghana, 1957, we have been getting aid. But you see the chaos which is in many of the African countries. So therefore, our answer was, aid cannot create prosperity. And if it can't, then what can create prosperity? Our answer was, prosperity can only be created for the family, for the individual, for the company, for a region of the country, for the country. If you produce a good or a service with a chibaro, we use the word chibaro in our language here, which means after studying the economics of the matter, of the product you are producing, is to produce a good or a service and you sell it continuously. Today you sell, tomorrow you sell, the day after you sell. Secondly, Pan-Africanism. Love Africa. Why? Because you need it for your prosperity. This is why so the Historical Mission of Prosperity helped us to distill the two principles of ideology, patriotism and Pan-Africanism. Principle number 3, we discovered was socio-economic transformation. The societies must change. We must stop being tribal societies without money. We must go into the money economy, and so on, and democracy. So those are the 4 principles: patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. In that way, we shall get prosperity. That handles Historical Mission number 1. But Historical Mission number 2 was strategic security. Even if Uganda develops and becomes a modern country, which it would become, will it be safe from all threats in the world? Our answer was no. Why? Because we have seen examples in the Second World War, countries like France, like Belgium, like Holland were highly developed. But they were overrun by Germany and Denmark. They were overrun by Germany. So, modernity may not ensure you. I don't think I would be doing you justice, you young people, to come here and you say, family, 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 family only, without country, without continent, may not be safe. So number 1, deal with the issue of prosperity through economic integration. Economic integration. Economic integration. Let the African market be one. People were telling me that I should ban rice from Tanzania. Tanzania producing better rice and cheaper. These inefficient Ugandan rice growers were saying I should ban Tanzanian rice. I said, why? Well, because they have taken the market. Let them take it because they are better. I couldn't ban the Tanzanian rice because if I did that, what would it mean? It would mean that, first of all, I punish the Ugandans to buy more expensive rice of these inefficient Ugandan so-called rice growers, rice jokers, actually. I would be punishing them, punishing Ugandans, to force them to buy something that is expensive. Then I would also be crippling the Tanzanian rice growers. If he's growing the rice well, let us encourage more of us. You continue and grow for all of us. And let me also do something else where I am good, and you buy from me. So I will be crippling those Tanzanian rice growers, because the internal market of Tanzania may not be enough to encourage them. Then I will also be, in a way, crippling the Tanzanian, Ugandan rice growers, because if you protect them, you are inefficient, but I protect you. But that means they will never improve. If they are exposed to competition, they may improve and actually grow better rice and cheaper. So therefore, if you are talking about continental resistance movement, resist, don't just talk, and you don't know what to do. To defend the family, apart from stubbornness, say no, we have refused. Tumekataa. In Swahili we say tumekataa. We have refused. We don't accept it. Okay, you have refused. But you are bankrupt. How will you refuse a bankrupt man or woman? So in order to resist, we must be rich, we must be prosperous. And in order to be prosperous, we must have a common market so that the wealth creators are encouraged